Hey guys, good morning. Osa here. Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to just let you guys know that today is my big day. I am going to have two of my drains removed. Drain 1 and drain 4 have been consistently draining below 20 mLs. So I called the office this morning and that's another thing. I'm happy that happened on camera. So when you have your breast tissue removed, I didn't realize that one of the side effects or one of the experiences that you'll have is that you'll have nerve damage. And my nerve, it's like your nerves are trying to reconnect to something. So you get like lightning, sharp pains shooting through your breast. And I just experienced a few. So I've spoken to a number of other people who have had this surgery before, and they said, yes, you will experience that in the beginning, but it will lessen over time when the nerves realize they have nothing that they're going to connect to. So you'll have these like sharp burning sensations that you kind of like, it's like zingers that you kind of get throughout this experience. So yeah, okay. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys that I've been documenting my drains, so it's really important that you document your drain numbers. Your doctor is going to want to see it. The nurses are going to want to see it, and that's how they're going to determine when your drains are ready to come out. So I realized that consistently drain 1 and drain 4 have been below the 20 ml mark. So like I said, I called this morning, I have an appointment, and I'm going to get those 2 drains removed. I think I'm very close with the other 2. So I think in another 2 days or so, I'll be able to get those other drains out. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I don't, the funny thing is when I was listening to some of the people who were saying like, I'm going to experience this, I understood it, but to go through it is very different. So like I said, I just have not gotten used to the shooting or the zapping pains that kind of come through after having a mastectomy. So that's something you want to kind of look out for and realize that you are going to experience. So all right guys, I'm gonna get dressed. I'm going to head over to my doctor's office and get these drains removed. I'll be right back. All right guys, so I'm gonna make some tea really quickly. I'm gonna try and eat something because I'm looking at my outfit right now. I look absolutely insane, but that's beside the point. I don't care about like dressing. I just want to get these drains out. I have my drains kind of just like floating down here. Sometimes I put them to the side where they're kind of like out of the way. But I just threw anything on from my closet. I had no idea I looked this crazy, but that's besides the point. So I've been having some blood pressure issues, so I try to make sure I eat before I leave the house, because once I start driving, or if someone is driving me, I tend to get very nauseous and just not feeling very great. So I've noticed that when I go from sitting to standing really quickly, I do get dizzy sometimes. So I really want to like make sure that I'm paying attention to my blood pressure and just speaking to my doctor today about everything that's going on. So I did want to let you guys know that I called my dermatologist because I also want to start working on my scar treatment. So my scars are straight across my breast, and they're unsightly right now, but I know that if I start applying some kind of scar gel or something like that, it will start to like reduce the pigmentation of the scars and what they're looking like right now. So yes, I've spoken to some of my girlfriends who've had this, and they use scar gel, and I saw their scars and I'm like, wow, they look really, really good. So I have potential to have a really nice looking scar if I start treating it at this time. So as of right now, my plastic surgeon said to just keep using Vaseline on the scars to make sure that they don't crust over and don't get like scab over. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. But I know like there are other like alternatives that you can start to use. So I'll speak to him about it, his thoughts, and then I'll just also speak to the dermatologist, because I have a black dermatologist and they tend to understand pigmented skin a lot better than any other doctor who just may not be familiar with it. It's just we have different skin. So some of the recommendations that my plastic surgeon may have may be slightly different from the dermatologist. So I'll listen to what they're both saying, and I'll just make sure that I just relay the messages to the dermatologist going forward as well. So, but as of right now, the Vaseline is working just fine. I place it across my scars. I put tissue to shield my bra from the Vaseline and the ointment and things like that. And that's just been working out just fine. So anyway, I'm going to finish doing this. I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to run a few errands. I want to make sure that I pick up my son's glasses, pick up my dad's glasses, and just make sure that they have that while I am also healing. So, all right, so I'm in the car. I'm going to place the pillow in front of me, get my seatbelt. Lock myself in. So I like to put the bottom of the seatbelt on my lap and pull that up. Make sure that I'm really secured in. And then I just strap it across my chest like this. You look crazy, but I find that it does help. All right, so we are on our way. So before leaving the house, I said, let me take some of my vitamins again. I had stopped taking my vitamins for a while. And I'm like, my hair is going to look crazy after this, but it is what it is. So I took 4 beef liver tablets and a vitamin D tablet just to kind of get me started up again on some of the vitamins that I take. So I'll do that for a week, then I'll introduce another supplement next week, and I'll just keep building up from there. So on top of looking crazy, let me show you guys my shoes, because I still can't put my own shoes on yet. So these are the True Fashion statement right here. All right, my elevator's here. Okay. I think it's 4 to 1. All right, guys, so I am done with my appointment. One thing I wish I would have worn was a button-down shirt. It would have made things a lot easier, but I had to get, you know, all the way undressed because I had to take this over my head. So when I got to the appointment, the nurses were so sweet and just answered all my questions. I was very nervous with the drains, how it's gonna feel, all these things. So they basically tell you to do some breathing exercises as they're pulling out this long drain. It's crazy. So she's pulling it out and she's telling me to breathe, and each time that she's like, when I exhale is really when she was starting to, you know, really pull out the drain. She'll tell me to breathe again. She'll tell me to exhale until the entire drain was out. It was really long. It was definitely, I would say, maybe about 10 inches in there. So they were only able to remove drain 4. They said I was still on the cusp of being right on the borderline of not being able to have those other drains removed. They really want for for my numbers to be a little bit lower before they remove it. So I said, okay. She said that I should be ready by the end of the week to have the remaining drains removed, but I'm doing a good job with my homework and that my drains look good. They look clear. The fluid that's coming out of it is the perfect color. So that made me really happy to hear. But yes, so being that my right side was my affected side, where I had to have my lymph node removed and tested, and just by her taking out that drain, oh my goodness, it feels so much better on this side already. So we just kind of have to wait for the left side to slow down a bit, you know, but I just said I'm gonna just stay on top of it. Like, I'm not gonna cheat. I'm not gonna say I'm, you know, at a particular spot when I'm not. I just want my numbers to be as accurate as possible so that my healing process continues to go smoothly. But if by the end of the week I can have these drains removed, would be just my biggest dream come true. Because like I said already, oh, this side is already starting to feel so much better. So yes, so I will update you guys. I'm going to run a few errands. I'm gonna go and pick up my dad's glasses, my son's glasses. Quick little story about that. I took my dad, who has been having difficulty apparently with his vision for a long time, and he just never said anything. So one day we were out like running a few errands together. This is before my surgery. And he says, oh, I really need to get my eyes checked. I said, well, when was the last time you had your eyes checked? He was like, oh man, it's been about 4 years. So he's been wearing the same glasses for 4 years, still can't see, but just been wearing the glasses. Didn't say anything. So now mind you, I basically I'm keeping my surgery and everything from my dad, because he has some health challenges as well that he's kind of dealing with, and I didn't want to scare him. So we didn't tell him that I had surgery. We didn't tell him that I had cancer, all that stuff. So leading up to everything, I was trying to get everything done about a month prior to my surgery date. And he just was like, oh, we have time. I'm like, Dad, we don't have time. Like, let's do all the things that you want to do, prior to it. And he was also going to be having surgery. He's good. He had a surgery. We had it the same day, actually. And things went very well. So back to the story. So I took him to my eye doctor, because his eye doctor is actually really far. It's like he still has the same doctor that he had when he came to this country or something like that. It's like still in Brooklyn, where we used to live, and deep inside Brooklyn. Like, it'll literally take you probably an hour and a half to get there from our house with traffic. So I'm like, Dad, why are you still going over? You can literally find doctors out here that you can go to. Anyway, long story short, took him to my eye doctor. My son was like, I want to go too. I'm like, oh Lord. So we all pile into the car. So I'm, my dad, okay, I'll just say this. Taking care of older parents is like having another child. Okay. So I have my actual child in the back. I have my dad in the front seat, and they're both getting on my nerves. And, we get to Target, and I take him to my eye doctor, and, he does his eye exam. His eyesight was so bad that my doctor was like, I cannot believe you've been walking around like this. So anyway, they fit him for glasses. He got a new pair of glasses that he picked out, and my son was like, Mom, I need glasses too. I'm like, shut up, you don't need any glasses. Like, we're here for Grandpa. He's like, no, I can't see. I'm like, okay. So the doctor's like, no, don't dismiss what he's saying. If he's saying it, it's probably true. I'm like, this boy don't need no glasses. Anyway, we do the test. And sure enough, he needs glasses. He could not see. I'm like, why you ain't say nothing for all this time? But the funny thing is, when he finally did say something, I still wasn't believing him. So terrible. I shouldn't even be putting this out on the internet, but just terrible. Anyway, so he's looking around. He's like, I want these glasses. Now, mind you, he's picking out all the adult glasses. And I'm like, Baba, we got to take you over to the area for kids. Like, stop. He's like, oh, I like these. I'm like, no, these are for adults. Anyway, we get to the kid side. He looks so cute with his glasses. I cannot wait to pick them up. And, yes, and give it to him. So he legit could not see the letters. Like, their doctor was like, cover your right eye, cover your left eye. And he's reading the letters. I'm looking at them. I'm like, boy, if you don't read these letters, correctly, he's like, no, he may not be able to see them. And he was like, is that I think that's a O. I think that's a C. I was like, no, see, yeah. So you've been out here not being able to see this whole time. And now you mentioning it. Anyway, so I just thought it was such a funny story, because my dad, I was literally there for my dad, and then they both come out with glasses, which is just absolutely ridiculous and hilarious at the same time. So gonna pick those up for them. So Nosiaba will have to use his glasses for reading only, and he has to keep the book at a certain distance in front of him when he's using it. So it's just for reading only. But I was just so surprised that he was having difficulty seeing between the letters, because he reads really well. He has no problem, doing his homework, all those things. I just didn't think that there was something going on. So I'm making this video to say, make sure you're going to take your children to get their eyes checked, because they might not be able to see and just have not said anything. And my coworker, she had made a good point. She was like, when it's happening to you, you don't even realize it's a problem until you go and get it checked. So he saw Grandpa getting his eyes checked and was like, oh, I can't see either. I legit thought he was playing around. So anyway, yeah. So I'm excited to go up to Target and pick up a few things and get their glasses. All right, guys, I will check back in once I have them, and I'll give you a little updated video with Nosiaba with his glasses on. All right, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.